All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's call. I'm excited to be your host, sharing this amazing opportunity called Timol. For me, guys, it is a product of a lifetime, and with that, it's also an opportunity of a lifetime. Okay, you may have heard that many times before, and I've been around the block and back. And I must say, in my few years I've been on planet Earth, I've never come across something that has impacted so many lives in such a short period of time and has such a profound effect, especially on myself, which is why I'm here, delighted to be sharing this information with you. I'm going to be sharing some information. I do talk fairly fast, so once you get the recording, you could slow me down a bit. But we have a lot of information to go through in the next hour. So with that said, let us get into it. So I saw this opportunity last month, and this lady that was sharing this presentation, Simone, who I had the pleasure of meeting while I was in London recently. Hopefully she might make an appearance on the call. She's in Brazil at the moment and having a great time out there. But when she started to go through these slides, and she shared this slide, and this is a slide on the left that I'm very familiar with, because that's kind of some of my diet, eating this fast food diet, Western, fries and burgers and stuff like that, right? And modern day living does lend itself to that because of its convenience, yeah. And sometimes convenience, there's a price to pay, right? Like with anything, microwaves came. We were like, oh my goodness, we can heat our food in such a short period of time, and we can get out the house and do whatever we do, rather than spending 30 minutes or whatever, or however long it might have taken to heat up the food in the oven, or even cooked it in the oven. And microwaves came, and again, through its convenience of time, but through convenience of what's the price of that convenience. And so we always have to have that balance, right, between what's good, what's there, what's been working for so many years, and this almost microwave society where things have to be done quickly and we're on the run and things of that nature. So we've got like an epidemic of health problems, challenges all over the place. Yeah. Before we even get our food, it's sprayed to death, pesticides, force ripe, picked, stacked. It's not about the quality anymore, my friends. It's all about how much money can we make. Okay, so bottom line, shareholders, companies trimming the edge, and you're the one, at the end of the day, who's the commodity. And if you don't put a premium on your health, my friends, something's gonna give. And this is why I'm so excited about this, because one way or another, I know this product can only do good in the hands of every single person taking it. So we're talking about something that's really a massive problem, a massive challenge, and that's our cells, our blood cells. Okay. This gentleman here, we're talking almost 100 years ago, a Nobel Prize winner for his thesis on the primary cause and prevention of cancer. I mean, cancers these days are just like, it's not like back in the day. Maybe one family member or loved one might have got cancer and stuff like that. Now it's rampant. Okay, it's rampant. People way younger than me getting cancer. My pastor's wife recovered from cancer recently, and I've been sharing with her about this product, because without a doubt, this has helped a lot of people, and there's lots of testimonials to talk about this. And again, I'm not here to make health claims or anything of the sort, but you give the body what it needs. Guess what? The body is the miracle, and the body will do what it does. It will help, get its health to restore it. But if you don't give the body what it needs in the first instance, you're fighting a losing battle. So this gentleman here, his thesis was on the prevention of cancer, and there's two things that came out of that. He talks about the metabolism of tumors. So Otto Heinrich Warburg, and if you want to look him up, do that as part of your own due diligence. He was talking about this before all of us were alive, right? He was talking about this before this company came into being. But he demonstrated that all forms of cancer develop due to two basic conditions. One of them is the acidity of the blood. Okay. The other one is lack of oxygen. So We're going to talk about acidosis and hypoxia. Now, you can imagine, my friends, the modern day lifestyle, as I just showed you on the previous slide, is causing major wreaks and havocs on our bodies. My background's IT, spent many years doing that, loved it. And one thing we used to talk about as an acronym was, garbage in, garbage out, right? Now, the problem is garbage in, garbage stays in, and what it does to our bodies leaves its effect before it goes out. Okay, so you think just having that day in and day out, that kind of lifestyle of eating fast food and drinking pop and stuff like that is not going to have an effect on you. My friends, we have to really analyze what we're doing to ourselves. Okay, because one thing I know, people that I come across and people that I know who have spent a lot of money on high-end performance vehicles, they do not put regular stuff in their vehicle. They don't just go and put any form of oil into their Porsches or their Ferraris. No, heck no. And what more do we need to do to make our Ferrari engine work and last the length of time? So this is a beautiful picture of health. Ideally, we would all like to have this on our plates. All the colors of the rainbow, they say, should be on our plates. And typically, it's not. If you measure a lot of our foods, there's no life in it, right? So why is this so important? Why am I talking about this? Why is it such a big issue today? It's because free radicals are reaping. Whoa, something happened to my slides there. It just literally closed. So guys, I'm going to stop the share. I'm sharing my Zoom right now, my WhatsApp now. Something happened to my slides. I will be back with the slides in a second. Somebody didn't want me to get this information out, but I must talk and share this information. All right, so we're going to have a little 30-second break. Stretch your legs, stretch your arms, do some jumping jacks, get that blood flowing, and then we will go back into the slides. So I'm going to commit to this slide here. Yeah, perfect. All right, so I'm going to continue from here. Just bear with me 1 second, and I will get the thing going. Maybe my computer got too excited. I get excited doing this, guys, so maybe my computer got a bit excited and needed to take a rest. But we have work to do. All right, guys, you should see my slides all being well. Yeah, it looks good on my side. I'm sure it's good on your side. If not, let me know. But it does look good for me. So let me recommence the recording. Or did I continue? Was it? Oh, it's not stopped the recording. It was just me pausing the screen. All right. So we're talking about the effects of free radicals. Okay. Something that happens that we can't see, right? We don't necessarily see the damage of what's happening until it gets to a point where it's already done what it's going to do. I'm going to show you the effects of free radicals running rampant in our bodies. Okay, so we want to see what we have on the left: cellular oxidation. Anything that we have, we want to breathe life into it. Okay, we know people who are like the wind has gone out from them, the life has gone out from them, it's drained from them. Maybe life has really beaten them up, and we see the effects of that. Right now, we're talking about what happens on a day-to-day basis in your body. So this is research, again, documented in 1954, many years ago, 80 odd years ago. And you can go to this website here where you can find out more about it. And this is talking about the effects of free radicals. You do not want to have the picture on the right. Okay, so a free radical, just for those who do not know, is an isolated oxygen atom, and in excess it becomes harmful to us. And this is what happens when it starts to run rampant in our bodies. All right, we definitely do not want that to happen. The after effects, what I mentioned is, things that we cannot see unless we get our bloods tested and under a microscope, then we can kind of see what's going on. But obviously that's not a normal practice, and it generally only becomes a practice until something happens. And so we don't want to be there. We want to be preventative of these things, So as Jim Rohn's saying, it's the apple a day or the burger a day. I mean, like, which one is it, right? You're gonna make a choice. So positive is what we want on the left, what we see on the left, that's a picture that looks that there's life in it, as opposed to the picture on the right. Could you imagine this could be the same person, right? Same age group, and because of their diet, because of their choices, one on the right is the effect that you do not want to have. Okay, millions, billions of dollars is spent on what? On the outside exterior, billions of dollars, my friends, on looking younger, nicer looking skin. You do not need to spend billions of dollars in this industry if you can hydrate your cells and get them to a point at the basis before you even go there. Because cosmetic is fine, looking at the outside is great, but the bigger thing is what's going on under the hood. Yeah, your car can look beautiful, and we'll talk about cars a lot because that's something that we can relate to. Your car can look beautiful, and then guess what? You open the hood and you look at the engine, and it's like, oh my gosh, when was the last time this got looked at? When was the last time it got serviced? All right, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to get you far. And of course, we want our bodies to last the length of time that it's designed for. Okay, so again, you don't have that. You're going to have premature aging, just everything that you see on the right hand side, my friends. Okay, so let's move on. We can reduce the acidity and free radicals in our bodies by understanding magnetized water. Yes, magnetized water. What happens when we have this chemical reaction in our day-to-day water that we are drinking? Because if we're not drinking the regular amount of water that's made up, of our bodies are over 70% water, which is why when people are drinking caffeine all day, coffees and stuff like that, and they're not hydrating themselves, guess what? If you start to develop headaches, it's because your body's dehydrated. And guess what? Your body's got to try and find a way to get that water. And if it gets it from your head, where most of your water flows, you're going to start to get the headaches. So you don't reach for the anodine, you don't reach for the paracetamol and all these, man-made drugs. You just get some water and drink it. But again, we are drinking water. Many people are drinking the recommended amount of water, but why aren't they feeling hydrated? I'm glad you asked me that question. Why are they not feeling invigorated? Why are they still having challenges? And this is why this, my friends, is a game changer. This company is an absolute game changer. So it's down to the quality, not just the quantity, my friends. You can still drink your 2 liters. And my biggest challenge was I wasn't even drinking nowhere near the amount. I was using these different ways of, structuring my water, but yet I still wasn't drinking. It still wasn't enticing me to drink the recommended amount. And so that was a losing battle until my friend who shared this with me, who you're going to hear from later on tonight, and everything changed. All right, everything absolutely changed for me in literally less than a month. So we want this, again, to give you that analogy, the left or the right. What one do we want? If you're spending money on a fish tank, we're going to get everything in there, right? Just imagine we get fish tank for our loved one, whether it's a daughter or son or whatever, your other half. You wouldn't want your fish tank to be looking like the one on the right? You want to spend the money, put it, getting good, what's it called? Or move too quick there. Getting good oxygen in there. The fishes are looking healthy. They're loving it. All right. We do not want the picture that we see on the right. So if we don't want that on the right for the fish, we definitely do not want that for us ourselves. So we're talking about this chemical reaction of water when it's super magnetized is known as water hydrolysis. Okay. So we have H2O. I don't know why the graphics gone a bit funny there, but H2O disassociates into OH minus and H plus. So hydrogen ions and hydrogen ions are what you're going to start to be exposed to. We want the water, my friends, with this magnetized water, which does a great, phenomenal job of giving us the water like we got it from source. It's the best thing you're going to get to add the life back into your water. Okay, you're going to breathe life back into that water. So H2O, as I said, dissociate is into OH minus and H plus. So this leaves clusters of hydrogen ions. And I'm going to show you in a minute a little clip that kind of demonstrates exactly what I'm talking about here. So we're talking about minerals. We want minerals to be found in our water. Minerals used to be like a standard, like a default that you would have in the soil, you would have in your water. But everything is depleted. Everything is about money, money, money. What can we get out there at the cheapest price so we can make the most amount of money by any means necessary? And so the quality that, we used to get back in the day, before, any of us were a twinkle in our parents' eyes, lifestyle was different. Things were different. We're not having the challenges. They weren't having the challenges like we have in 21st world society. We've got so many things that are attacking our bodies on a day-to-day. We need a way to get ourselves to a point of resonance, of standard health. This product, my friends, does a great job in doing that. So we're going to have this alkaline breakup of calcium and magnesium. Okay, so you see here, when consuming magnetized water, it reduces the body's acidity. What did I say at the start of the presentation? Is that not me telling you this. Okay, I'm no health expert. I didn't win no Peace Prize, Gold Ball Prize winner, nothing. All right, my background's IT. What do I know about nutrition? No. But you heard from a prize winner almost 100 years ago. His thesis, which he won the prize on, was based on reducing acidity in the body, okay, and oxygenation. So let's fast forward from 1931. Now we're in 2026. How are we going to do that? My friends, welcome to Timol. We're going to show you why when you drink water, the hydrogen ions react with the excess free radicals in your body, forming water. Okay, so imagine that, my friends. This ain't no game here. This company is no gimmick. What we're talking about is transforming lives radically. I would say radically transforming lives, because it's giving the body what it needs. So let's have a look. I love these images of waterfalls, whether I'm clicking too fast here, whether it's Dunn's River or any other falls like Niagara Falls, any one of these, just really I love to see the flow of water, life being, you feel alive. If you're around this, you feel alive, period. Now you don't need to take a trip, travel to your local fall or your local spa or whatever to get this, but every time I see water, I want to take a picture of a falls. It's just like the done thing. So what we're going to do, how are we going to get this into our household? Great questions, my friends. We're going to talk to you about that in a second. I want you to understand how this works so that you get an idea of this penetration of water. Now I see what happened on this slide. It hasn't got the video on it. So the next slide I'm going to change, because I wanted to show you the actual graphical video of these slides. But anyway, each cell has an entry point. Okay, this is the biggest challenge, guys, which is what's happening. People are spending a fortune on all sorts of things, joining great products, getting great products from great companies, but they're still drinking their regular water. They're still drinking their regular tap water, or the water from the store that's been stored there for years before they drink it. You see a problem here? There is a massive problem. You're doing all of that just like the person who's spending tons of money on their cosmetics, but yet deep inside, they're not getting to the root of the problem. If you're not getting to the root of the problem, you're going to forever just put plasters over things. Okay, we know what happens with that. Over time, the plaster no longer has an effect, and then the bigger issue lies beneath, and you cannot no longer put a plaster over it because the damage is done. So we want to get nutrients, hydrogen and oxygen into our cells. So on the left hand side here, just to really highlight the point, pardon the pun, I'm going to bring my highlighter into question here. So this is our cells. So we want this entry level for all of the things that we are doing. We buy our water, we're drinking whatever amount per day. We want to make sure that that is penetrating into our cells. Like it says here, light water molecules that carry nutrients. Now, if you have this situation here where you've got these clusters, and without magnetic treatment, the hard water is full of clusters, preventing the penetration of the molecules going in. Okay, the next video I'm going to share with you is actually going to show you that in actual graphical format, so you can see exactly what the challenge is. But if you have a bottleneck and you've got these clusters, how the heck is that, your cell going to receive what it wants you, to get? So this is why what we have with magnetic treatment, if you go to the slide, the last slide here, with magnetic treatment, is light and better absorbing water. You'll find people who've tried this water telling you how light it is and stuff like that, all this good stuff. Why? It's because we have this breakdown of the clusters going into our cells, giving our cells what the cells need. So imagine if you just didn't have magnetic treatment on your water, you have hard water full of clusters, preventing the penetration of molecules into the pores of the membrane of that cell. The cell is like, feed me, feed me. And yet there's no hydration taking place. So this promotes only a partial hydration of the cell, my friends. Water that does not hydrate does not get to where it does. This is where water hydrates, because the magnetization breaks up the clusters, decreasing water hardness, promoting hydration and total nutrition of the cells. So again, we're dealing with getting to the root of the problem by getting into the cells. Okay, so guys, ladies, I'm gonna play this short video clip. I hope it's available to play, because I'm just clicking on it here on this slide and I don't see the video here. If not, I'm gonna play something else, but it looks like I'll be able to play this. Sit back for a few minutes and listen to this gentleman here kind of breaking down exactly what I've just been sharing, and then I'm going to go into the next part of our presentation. So see you in a minute. So it looks like that video is not playing, so I'm going to leave that for the minute. I am going to come back to that after we do some testimonials. So I will come back, because I do want to play that video. For some reason my slide deck is not playing any videos for me. So I wanted to introduce you to the gentleman who made this all possible with this company called Timol. Okay, and so Carlos Henrique, I love the fact that he created this company. He did his own tests before, with his children, and we had one of his children on the call who's part of the company share what her dad's vision, and now she's part of the company, which is fantastic. I love the fact that we've got that connection, that legacy. And like I said, Simone, who's part of the company, who told us about this, she's in Brazil right now, having a meeting with the company, which is great. And if she has a chance to maybe pop on today, or maybe the next meeting. But his view here was, knowing the dangers of consuming poor quality water over long periods, Mr. Carlos Henrique da Silva founded Timol in 2004 with a mission in mind: to provide health and quality of life for people through high quality water that truly hydrates. Guys, he has done this. Okay, I'm not just speaking here just from somebody reading a slide to you, reading a PowerPoint. I was that person a month ago before I started to do these presentations, because I hadn't tried the product. But when I got to London, that was a different ball game. We'll talk about that in a second. This company, guys, has been around over 20 years. This year will mark 22 years it's been around. So again, this is no gimmick. This company isn't on trial. Will it work? Won't it work? No, it's worked. It's worked for 22 years. And now our only biggest challenge is, how many more people can we get it to in their hands for them to experience what people in Brazil have been experiencing for the over 18 years. So guys, they have a certificate of integrity. I'm going to read that to you in a minute, because I think that is so important that you understand what this company has. This is a gift. I mean, there's many beautiful things from Brazil. I love football, so Pelé, like, oh my gosh, like, talk about epitomize what football is. This is another thing, my friends. When you want to talk about health, you're going to talk about companies making a difference in people, transforming lives. You're going to mention this company from Brazil without a doubt. And if you're not, because you don't know about it. And so my goal is to let people know what we have in our hands, this gem of a company, been around 22 years, and yet they, you know, it's just still a baby company, absolutely baby company. Scientific evidence and studies by major institutions. Again, I don't want you to take my word for it. Don't believe a word I say, right? Do your own due diligence. Go to Google Scholar, type in magnetized water, read up about it, okay? And you'll come to your own conclusion as to why you need to, you know, just, you know, get involved in this, try the product one way or the other. We've had people try the product, and after a day of trying it, have had a testimonial that blew me away, without a doubt. So guys, we're just expanding around the globe. You know, I literally had to travel 2 hours, and I literally sacrificed my own product, guys. I'm really like, I don't know how I feel about that now that I've done it, but I gave my product up for a friend whose mum was traveling to Ghana, and he really wanted her to have the product. I don't know if he's on the call today, and I've only just had the product literally a couple of weeks, and it's been a game changer for me. But I made sure I treated enough water before I gave it up. But guys, we're in more than 20 countries right now, so I do want to hear some amazing news. I know we've got people on the you know, in this company, who've got people in Ghana who have been on this product, and they've got testimonials like crazy. In fact, that's one of the things that drew me to it. Hearing these amazing testimonials, I was blown away. I believe it's Sylvia. Don't know if she's on the call, but man alive, so many testimonials from around the world. Just absolutely jaw-dropping what I've been hearing. So guys, I want to read this to you, because before I used to just click over this slide, and it didn't mean, you know, it didn't really mean anything because I wasn't reading it. And when I read it, I was like, whoa, everybody needs to listen to this or hear it or read it for themselves. So I just want to read this to you. Hopefully I won't get tripped up by any long words. Okay, so this is the recognition that Timol has received, right? So let's go. The Parliamentary Front in Defence of Integrative Health Practices of the National Congress, in its duties of recognising suitable therapeutic systems and diagnosis, acting within the scope of legalisation and this is what messes me up, decimation thereof, in favour of those that have a scientific basis, adopted by the international health community, mainly by World Health Organization, officially declares the recognition of the suitability of the Brazilian company Timol Ltda as the only one complying with the standards and requirements of this institution for adopting a system of method of magnetic water treatment or correction as a system or method of health protection and recovery with scientifically proven efficiency as a resource, including in the framework of integrative health practices that make up the collection of methods and systems recognized in this parliamentary institution. I got through it. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, this is a big deal, okay? I'm always a big believer, documentation beats conversation all day long. You know, when you have third-party validation, that means everything. It's not just me getting excited about something. No placebos. No, this is real as you can get. So again, the technology here is recognized internationally with studies, research. You know, you again do your own due diligence and do your own research on it. So ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking a lot about this product and what it is. I'm going to show you. I feel to have some drum roll as to what it is, because the star of this show is this product here. There's two elements to it. This is the combo. This is the mega size. There's a mega size and there's a mini size. This one here, Timol, it's a you see that blue magnet? That is a super water magnetizer. And on the right hand side, the green one, that's the mineralizer. I call these my Batman and Robins. You know, you put them together, dynamic duo, like big time, like, you know, Bobby and Whitney. I don't know if that's a good example, but I went there. Anyway, effects on magnetized water is this. Alkalization of the body, the blood. So we're not talking about alkalized water. And the video I'm going to play in a minute is going to talk about that in itself. Like, we're not talking about here just alkalized water. No, we're talking about getting to the root of the problem. The root that we need is our cells, our blood cells, our red cells, our white cells. We need to get to the cells. Without that, we're going to have all of the things I've mentioned at the start of the presentation, which we're trying to reduce, alkalization of the blood. Now, increasing bone mineral mass, huge deal, guys, especially for the elderly. As you get older, osteoporosis, all sorts of things, if you're not getting that into your body mass. And increasing blood oxygenation, we spoke about that as well, right? So increasing minerals in the water by the top H+. So the green one is a minerals, so it's natural. It will last about 3 years, and the blue one, my friends, will last you 30 years. Unbelievable. So again, it's not something that you're gonna have to buy next week, next month to replace. No, unless you break it. You're talking about this is lasting you for a good portion of time. Imagine you buy it now, you don't need to think about replacing the minerals for another 3 years, 2029. My gosh, I'd love to see what your health looks like in 2029 being on this product. Now, how can you use it? I'm going to show you. You have many different methods. There's like I said, you've got the mega, which treats up to 20 liters. You've got the mini, which you can put in your portable water bottle, treats up to 3 liters of water. That's what I typically have and walk around with. You've got many different variations for your household, for if you're doing an event or something like that and people are coming along, you've got bigger units that you can treat. You can use the bigger one for that. And again, that if you're treating it for yourself, you can treat it for other people. This is great. You can share it, and then people will be like, my goodness, I need to have a closer look at what you're doing here with this water. That's what's happening for me. People have tried the water and they're like, dude, I want that product. How do I get it? And I'm telling you, it's the hottest product out there. I've been calling from London, literally, to Brazil to try and get this product. And it's just like, as soon as it comes, it's gone. It's incredible. So do your search, your own research. Again, go on YouTube and, do a search for Timol. Find out all of these testimonials. A lot of them will maybe in Portuguese. We've got a lot more English speaking ones now coming to fruition. And so we're going to be talking about, this is the time where we're going to talk about the testimonials, and our testimonial Thursdays. And we're going to ask anybody who wants to come on board. I know I see some names who jumped on the Zoom, if they want to raise their hands, and we'll share with them their testimonials. But I want to just share with you real quick. One thing that really kind of blew me up when I saw this was the varied amount of things that this product was doing. We had people who've, in this case, a guy with vertigo. I mean, before and after is just incredible just through drinking this. That blew me away. And again, remember I spoke about cosmetics. I mean, you can cosmetically cover up certain things and stuff, but if you can't get to the root, and this is getting to the root, totally blows me away. So again, that video is in Portuguese. All of these videos, if you want to, hear them in their original form, get back to whoever's invited you on. This is another scenario here where, again, before and after, somebody who's got a really bad case of in his leg. He's a diabetic. You see what his leg looked like. Again, this video, I'm going to look to, whilst we have a little break with testimonials, I'm going to see if I can pull out some so that you can actually see the depth of this. And guys, when I was in London recently, I met up with my auntie. She was in hospital. She was in hospital before. Unfortunately, she's a diabetic. Didn't realize she stood on something, and until it was a bit too late. And unfortunately, she had to lose her leg because of how far it had spread. And so when I saw this, and I was like, man, this could have maybe prevented her losing her leg, because seeing some of the video footage, nowhere as bad as what my auntie had, and yet that was her situation. So man, if I knew about this, at the time, who knows what the difference could have been. But that was amazing. But one thing, my friends, when I was in that hospital recently, when I looked around in the hospital beds, different people were there for different reasons. And you know what? In each table, every single one of them had one thing in common. They all had a cup of water. They didn't have a cup of Sprite or 7-Up or Coca-Cola. No. Last thing, you would expect to see. Imagine you walked into a hospital and you saw on your loved one's table a can of Coke. You'll be like, what the heck are they trying to do to my auntie or my uncle or my mum or dad? You wouldn't, right? So, but yet we freely, and again, I'm not saying you can't drink this stuff. We all make our choices, but you get what I'm saying. All of them had water. Now, if they had magnetized water, boom, game changer. Okay, but that's a conversation for another time. But there's so many opportunities, guys, to really help people. And we know that we have a doctor in Nigeria who's using magnetized water with Timol to help his patients. We've got another doctor in Italy that also is doing the same thing. Guys, if we can get this into the hands of people, it's going to be a game changer for sure. I mean, look at this one here, before and after. It was like amazing, like to see the level of psoriasis of the skin. I've never seen anything this bad in my life. And this is as bad as I've ever, you can imagine. I mean, I know some people who've got eczema and stuff like that in different parts of their skin. Wow. And the pain they go through, I could imagine this must be horrendous. Trying to itch that scratch, or scratch that itch even. My gosh. So to go from that to this, game changer. Absolute game changer. So guys, I don't know if anyone wants to share. I'm going to just stop the share real quick. And just raise your hands or put in the chat if you want to come on. And we will get you to share. Or do I need to pick on anyone? I don't know if we've got any shy people in there. But I want to see if anyone wants to share, because it's good to hear from English speaking testimonials. Whilst people may find out if they're ready to share or not, I'm just going to share my own personal testimonial, because that's the one I've got, and then the one I'm sticking to. So when I went to the UK, I've had this issue for years with this pain, such a weird pain in my hip, right? It will be to a point where, and this has been going on for years, all right? When I hit my 50s, I don't know what happened. It was just like, I never had an issue about pain and didn't even know what sciatica was. Couldn't even spell it until I hit my 50s, and I started to get these pains in my body. And I'm like, whoa, this isn't good, right? Didn't know what it was. I travel a lot, I move around a lot, and so I couldn't put my finger on it. Anyway, long story short, I've kind of got over the sciatica thing, but I do have a massive issue of this pain, and it's like right in the bone. I don't know any other way to describe it, but it's like it's in the bone. And it doesn't happen every day. Sometimes I totally forget about it, and then sometimes it lets me know, like, dude, you better sit yourself down, because I'm controlling you right now. That's how bad it was. So I go to the UK. I keep hearing about this product, and I'm like, I've got to get my hands on this. I get the product now, and I obviously get my water bottle, this big jar, this 2 liter. I don't know if you can see it because my background's a bit graphically challenged. Anyway, I've got this big liter bottle, and up to that point, guys, I couldn't drink more than half a liter. Sorry, I lie. Maybe a liter or so of water. I'll go for a couple of those 500ml bottles, and I struggle to drink more than that. And I can see the effects of that. That wasn't good. This is the first time, and I said this every time I do a Zoom, I've not been able to drink this level, which is about 3 liters or more of water. Now, for my body mass, 50 kg, you should be drinking at least 2 liters, and 50 kg or more should be drinking over 2 liters of water, based on your body size, your body mass. So I wasn't drinking nowhere near that level, right? Until I got to the UK, and I was talking to somebody about the product, and I said, you know what? I've not felt that pain that I normally experience since I've been into the UK. Now, obviously I landed, day after that, my product arrived, and then the day I got this product. And normally throughout the journey, I feel it. And even coming back home, and I'm now doing stuff like just moving my hip in a way I've not been able to do. I'm not saying I'm doing the John Travolta or the Elvis or anything like that, but I'm giving them a run for their money. I'm doing movements, and I'm going, I feel so invigorated. I came back, took 2 flights from London to home, went to a hotel. The following morning, guys, I'm up, I'm so alert. I'm working on the PowerPoint. I went to the gym. I wanted to do a marathon, but then I looked outside and see how cold it was. So I went to the gym in the hotel, and I went swimming. I just had so much, and I'm like, this is a guy that's just traveled over the Atlantic, and normally would feel the effects or some form of, what they call that, jet lag. And I didn't really feel it. I mean, trust me, it did catch up with me. You know what I mean? It did catch up, but I was like, man, this is amazing. So it brought me to life. And again, I'm not here to make health claims, and it's just what it is. Blank screen, Leroy. I'm not sharing my screen. I'm just sharing me at the moment. So maybe I'm not enough. I don't know. Can you see me on the screen? If not, no problem. Guys, I want to see who else wants to share. Please raise your hands if you've got something to share. If not, I'm going to play that video. I'm just going to find it on another slide. And any questions, guys, you have at this momento, we will take a question or two. But again, I'm not going to force anybody. If they don't want to come on and share, I will just go straight into the video that I've been having
Hi,
trouble with. I think
Leroy.
I've got it. Hi, who's that? Oh, Empress. Hey,
Yeah,
how you doing?
great. I do
Welcome.
have a questions. Very, very intriguing at the moment. Um,
Welcome.
does this have there's always a concern about microplastics. So is most of the units built around plastic or is it glass
Great
or
question. Great question. And
uh,
you're going to come on screen or you're going to be hiding?
I'm gonna hide for the moment. I'm not screen
All right.
ready.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, great question. In fact, that was one of the questions that's been asked, and the particular material is not your plastic that you get, and which is why we're I try and adopt people as much as they buy plastic water, water that is in plastic bottles and stuff. You don't want to then have a product that's plastic as well. So I don't know the exact breakdown of the component that it is. I don't know if anybody on the call can, like Natalia, can maybe if they know, but it's not your regular plastic because that would almost kind of defeat the object. So
Okay.
that's a great question. Oh, and
Okay.
Natalia has got her hand open, so she may be able to shed some more
Yeah.
light on that.
Two-part
Natalia,
thing.
is there any other question you had there, Empress?
Yeah, the two-part question. The
Okay.
other aspect I was concerned about is what's the minerals? Is it carbon? Is it what's the minerals that's
Oh right, maybe I
inside
didn't
it?
describe it properly. Yeah, so there's two. It's calcium and magnesium that gets released in this stone. I can't remember the actual name of the stone, but that's what's in that stone, which is again I don't have the product on me, but
Dolomite,
I'm going to show you. What's it called?
Dolomite stone,
Dolomite stone. Yeah.
Dolomite.
So Dolomite. So again, it's quite interesting because I was Simone was sharing with me that there was a doctor in Italy treating his patients with magnetized water, and he had the product, from Timol, but he didn't have the stone. He was actually getting minerals, adding it to it manually, just like through you go to the health store, you buy it, and he was sprinkling it into the water. Didn't realize there was a component that came with it, which is what we have with the top H plus. They come together as a combo unit, and so so the very fact is he was using that anyway with his for his patients, and we have it together as a unit. So that's what how it comes as a calcium and magnesium.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, you're welcome. No worries, Natalia. Over to you, my friend. If you want to come on
No,
camera,
I was to
see who
said
you are.
I was to said someone was uh, uh, have the question here about the calcium. So you do
Oh
it.
right, okay.
Yeah.
So that's D, yeah. So I
Mhm.
mean, it comes in the unit. So I couldn't tell you. I don't know it's a small unit. I'm going to show you an image of it shortly. But I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to play a short video in a second. Again, this is Testimonial Thursday, so I want to get as many different testimonials. I'm going to show you a couple of different videos, guys, before I play that video, and then we can go through any other questions people may have. But let me show you this. I think it's on this slide here, which is when I was speaking about the person who had that case, the major case of diabetes, where unfortunately my loved one had that situation happen. I want to show you this guy. Let me share my screen here. And this blew me away when I saw this. Again, this is
Simone
in,
is here.
oh, Simone's here. Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
Simone. Fantastic. Let me see if you can speak.
Hi.
Hey, let me turn
Hello.
the screen share off. Let me.
Hello.
My goodness, how you doing?
Hello, Simone.
Hi, everybody.
You're
Hello.
Hey,
enjoying. You're enjoying.
Uh, I just want to say I am in Brazil now, and I won a trip with the leaders here. And today I'm in Brazil, and I'm in this resort. Here is the sea, the beach. Yeah,
nice.
and here is the,
Oh no,
Oh no,
we can't hear
is
we
you.
lost you. We lost
this
her.
Yeah.
quite few swimming pool in this area. So here is all this amazing, amazing. Like here is all the Timol. We are in about, I think, 30 people here with the family. Everybody's here.
Wow.
So
Wow.
You're making me
amazing,
jealous.
amazing, amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you,
Very
look at
good.
my color. I'm ready. I'm very ready.
You-
So it's been
you-
amazing to be here in Brazil with a lot of leaders. And yesterday we was in another beach. So today we came to another place. So we're going to go tomorrow night to finish it. But I just going to say this project is really,
No, we can't hear you.
when I started this
You're breaking up,
project, I
Simone.
didn't have idea. People is how about to help out. Here is bad. Can you hear
Yeah, it's breaking up a bit, but
better?
tr- yeah, say it again.
Yeah. Yeah, this project is more than I thought. I thought it's just some water and I'm gonna drink and it's good water. But this project is a bless. I've been help so many people and we've been help ourselves as well. This is the amazing. After you start drinking this water, is something different. And a lot of people don't have idea they need water to be healthy. So this project, plus what you get for the benefit for your health, is a benefit as well for life. They show you you can have amazing opportunity to grow in the business. It's special because it's just start international. So this project is being in England so just 3 years when I started. But now I believe this is really going to start now in English. Because before we just have in Portuguese, like Guinea-Bissau, Portugal, Brasilia, all speak Portuguese. And now we need to start to grow in the English language. And I believe it is going to be amazing when the people start to realize how amazing this project is going to grow very quickly, very fast. So I'm so happy to be here with the leaders, people I didn't know yet. We have here the top one, who is the number one selling, the top one here in the market. So we have both here, the both top ones. So it's really amazing to be around them, to learn with them. And everybody's so amazing, so kind, and everybody want to help each other. And it's not something like, oh, it's just for me, it's just for me, it's just for me. No, no. This is share opportunity, share to show people we can be health, drink a good water. Like I'm not going anywhere without my, isn't it? So mine is here. So everywhere I go is with my water. So, and then of course, when I'm there, we talk to everybody in the place we was. Everybody wants to know what we have in the water bottle. So it's something is very simple because you use it with you. So it's no, and everybody need it. Everybody need to drink a good water. So this is a
Exactly.
bless. This is a
So,
bless. These two here, I'm gonna show you two girls here. Vou mostrar vocês duas, eh? I'm gonna show these two girls. Here's Kelly. Kelly, quanto tempo você tá no projeto? How long? Você tá,
2 anos.
she's 5 years in the project. And Maíra, how long you been in the project?
2 years.
She's 2 years. Yeah? And how many trips you did? Quantas viagens você já fez?
5.
She did 5 trips. One to Cancun.
Cancún, Cruzeiro, Fortaleza, Gramado e agora Porto de Galinhas.
Yeah, she been 5, her and her husband. So she's got a lot. And you, Maíra?
2.
2.
Fortaleza e Porto de Galinhas.
So she's been 2 trips as well. So this is something is possible, isn't it? So it's really a blessing. Thank you.
Come on.
Awesome.
Come on, Timol.
Simone,
So yes,
when
it's
is,
not
when is the next
just
trip,
for you have
Simone?
idea. It's something to. There is a
When is the
soon they
next trip?
collect the points. Soon the people collect the points. They organize. Then they organize the trip. Hi, Augusta.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's a
Hi,
blessing. It's a
Simone.
blessing. Hi.
I'm happy for you.
Fantastic.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah. So
God
it's
bless
something
you.
possible. It's something possible. It just need to work. Like I came to Brazil and here we are so many. After I'm gonna send you the videos, the pictures. It's amazing. It's amazing to be here to learn.
Thank you.
And yeah, and people
Wow.
here 10 years in the project, 12 years in the
Wow.
project.
Wow.
It's something big.
Wow.
And yeah, it's not something like
Mhm.
she's 5 years and she's been 5 trip. Every year she go to one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's really amazing,
How
amazing.
much
And
money
her
for
husband.
this trip?
Sorry?
This money?
Yeah?
How much cost you for this trip? How much cost you this trip?
It's
For
free.
me?
I
No,
don't
for me
know.
it's free. Free.
Yeah,
Free
how
na
much
They
you
pay
pay?
free
everything. They pay
99.
the
I
hotel.
just want to tell
They
you.
pay. Yeah, they pay.
I just
Of
want
course,
to tell you.
I came to Brazil, but the trip is from São Paulo to here, the hotel, the trip, the everything. Even they put money in my account to help me to
Wow.
spend some money here. They put money in my
Nice.
account.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
Wow.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. And it's amazing here. It's so beautiful. You can see.
It looks it.
It's
It's
very, very
amazing.
posh. Very posh. They try to find the best place for us. It's really good. Yeah?
Fantastic.
I
Awesome.
will
So
be there
okay.
next year.
who
I will be there.
who think about to do a job, I work helping people, you need to enjoy this. First, you need to look after yourself first. You need to see the result. After, you need to tell everybody. Everybody deserves to know about this project. Or to just look after yourself, to drink the water, or to do the business, to bring more people to do the business. And it's something amazing, amazing. A lot of people need another extra money. And here is extra money, isn't it? This is a really blessed. So thank you
Yeah.
very much, Leroy. I've been talking about, like I say, it's good is being there, doing the English lecture today. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank
Oh,
you,
bless you.
Natalia. Thank you, Augusta. Always.
Okay.
Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, everybody here.
We'll be there
Awesome.
God
next
bless you
time.
all.
We'll be
We'll be there
there.
next time.
Okay.
We are
Yeah.
Yes,
coming.
yes,
We are
yes,
coming.
yes. I want
Yeah.
everybody here. I want everybody here.
Awesome.
Thank you, Natalia, again. Thank you,
Thanks.
Augusta.
Awesome. Great having you
Thank
on.
you, Leroy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks. Awesome. That was a nice surprise. Absolutely. Yeah. That was a nice surprise. So I feel I'm led to talk about how she got there and what the company allows us to get, so we can also join Simone on the trip.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna again, I'm looking at the chats. There's no chats. So yeah, absolutely, Empress. It is the water is amazing. This is powerful. So again, just to reiterate, psilocybin is not intended to cure diseases, but rather to magnetize the water. As you saw there, magnetized water will be an adjunct in health treatment and will improve your quality of life by reducing acidity and free radicals in the body, which is exactly what we've been talking about for the last almost an hour, trying to reduce free radicals and acidity in our bodies. Okay, so just so that you know, it's not just human beings. Okay, What about pets? Okay. Some people say, oh, is it a placebo or something? No. Even the animals, right? You can see there the effects on your pets and things of that nature. Again, my my aunties, whenever I go to London, my aunties, they're up in age and stuff like that. Unfortunately, my auntie had to recently put down her cat. The cat had cancer. I'm talking about people having cancer. The cat had cancer, and it literally, within a couple of weeks, it literally just went from really being healthy to nothing. And so, as much as we can give pets and ourselves, and also plants, they notice, I think, a 40% increase in crop production using magnetized water. I mean, who do you know who doesn't need to have that as a stable to improve, their produce? I mean, this was one of the tests, I believe, that the owner did, and there's some various tests we can do and show you, just like instant impact tests, from a strength test to show, before having the water, whether you drink it or it's sprayed on you, the difference of having that just on your skin, the difference of it being on there. Some people are spraying it on their face, bathing in it, all sorts of things, right? I've got a cup. Funny enough, my water bottle was dropping, and I stopped it hitting the floor with my leg, and my leg took a bit of a nick there, and so I'm putting some of the water on my leg there to help treat it, right? So in that said, guys, water determines disease, water determines health. Appropriate adequate water restores health. Ionized water hydrates, alkalizes, antioxidizes, and detoxifies, which is why when you start drinking this water from the onset, you may want to be close to your bathroom. Don't drink it too late at night at the first time you're using it, until your body starts to get used to it. Okay, my body wasn't used to drinking more than a liter or so of water, and now I'm drinking 3 liters or thereabouts, and I can see that my body's now recognizing it and adjusting it. But at first, it's going to do that detoxing process, which you want your body to flush out any impurities, and especially the more you drink, the more you're going to have of that. So water can be used as a medicine. This is from Dr. Laia Ribeiro. And again, we've seen the benefits of that. Yeah, so again, when we're thirsty, what we do, we typically fill a glass with water. If it's tap water, ideally have it filtered, rather than just having it straight from, the pipe. And, there was the thirst. There was a book that I will talk about, this Body's Many Thirsts, by this doctor who treated people who were in prison with water. Their health, had many different health elements. And when I read that book, I was blown away by just treating people, or patients or, inmates with water, how that helped them. Okay, so that was pretty amazing. Again, water hydrates, and again, calling on my phone, not at this time of day. Water that does not hydrate is what we are having the whole talk about, because people are drinking a lot of water, but it's not hydrating themselves. And the difference with water that does hydrate, you get this scenario on the right hand side. Okay, so that's really key here. So guys, I'm not going to go into so much the comp plan today, but because Simone spoke about being in Brazil and how she got to Brazil, I'm going to touch on a piece of the comp plan as we talk to people. So guys, the first part of the presentation was all about the product. In fact, the majority of all of our presentations is about the product, because the product is the star of the show, without a question of a doubt. The product could take a bow. I could just literally put the product video on and just let you watch it. In fact, that video I was going to play, just get back to whoever's invited you on. They can send you the video. You can watch it in your own time. And I have that that I can send to anybody. But a great product creates a great business. Magnetized water is essential for our health, and everybody needs it. It's a product of prime necessity, as you heard here. So we may be involved in many different things, and I hope you are. I hope you're up to something. I've been, entrepreneurial from my early 20s, and since then I've always been involved in some form of way of building an income outside of my regular income, which was, like I said, my background's IT. So I worked in many banks and things of that nature, law firms. Loved what I did, but I always had another source of income because I wanted time and money freedom. So as much as I love working at what I was doing, it's a 9 to 5. You're linear income. You've only got 24 hours in a day. And when I learnt about leveraged income, where you can exchange, you don't have to exchange time for money, and you can be anywhere in the world. Like, imagine right now, guys, do you think for a minute, the mere fact that Simone is in Brazil, do you think her business has stopped working? Right? Absolutely not. She's probably making more money while she's on the beach of Brazil than she is if she was hands-on. It's leveraged income, my friends. Once you build this, there's no way to stop it. Okay, and this is why we're here and why she's able to do that and enjoy and spend time with the company and still earn, because we're talking about passive income here. Not many people are fortunate to earn it, and so many people are looking for it, and this is a place where you can find it, guys. So I'm going to just really go through this real quick because I just want to just talk about, you know, what you need to do to get to the point where the company will, you know, pay for your trip to Brazil. Not sure what's going on with that drawing there, but I'll live with it for now. So in typical traditional business, as we know, or you may know, that we have, you know, whatever industry it is, it sends money to a wholesaler. The wholesaler would go to the distribution center. They will then send that to the supermarket, and the supermarket then you go to and then you buy it. So many different hands exchanging that product, you know. Like we don't know how long that product of water is sitting in whatever environment it is. By the time you've got it, everything might have hit it. You might have been sitting in the sun for years before you actually start drinking it, and you're spending top dollar thinking you're doing your body a great service, and you could be doing it a big disservice. So a lot of people in the chain. So guys, our industry is that we go from industry to us as a, you know, if you want to be part of what we're doing, we talk about, the person who invited you on could talk about how you can be a franchisee, and then from us to the consumer, we cut out all of that stuff and they deal directly with us. Okay, so again, I just want to give a quick basic example. If you only shared this Monday to Friday, so 5 days a week, and you only shared this with how many people? Twice a day. Okay, let's do the maths here. So we've got 5 days in a week, four weeks of the month. That's 20. So 20 days out of the 30 days you're given, because we're going to take the weekends off. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let me just mute the lines. That's saying 40 exposures. We're not talking about you doing a presentation. No, we're talking about you sharing some information. That's all you're doing. We're not expecting you to sit down and do an hour-long presentation to your friends who may be interested in what magnetized water is. We have information. We've got 10-minute videos. We've got 2-minute videos. You can share that, and if they want to know more and get on a live call, then you can invite them to a Zoom like this, right? So let's say that was 40 exposures done in a month. 40. You choose your numbers. You want to do less? You want to do one a day? It's up to you. No one's a boss here. But I'm going to tell you, if you did enough sales through this, shared it with enough people, you're going to find people wanting to buy the product, try it for themselves, try it for their loved ones, and XYZ. I'm going to show you an example on purchasing 5 items. This is basically on the big one, the big combo package, which is 180 euros, whatever country that you're in, you're going to have to do the conversion. And let's say you sold 1 a week, okay? That's a total of 720 euros if you do the math. All right, you do, 180 times 4, 720. You did 3 of them in a week, you're going to be making $2,000. This is in addition to whatever you're doing in your day-to-day life. And then if you did 5 combos, this is a combo pack. This is, again, just on the mega, 5 per week, you're looking at 3,600 euro. Okay, so I don't know what money it is that you need to be generating for yourself. Only you know your numbers. But you can see here, just by sharing it, information with other people, where you can kind of see. And this is just one way of making money, my friends. We have 6. I'm not going to go through all 6, but this is 6. On Monday, we're going to be talking about more about the comp plan and going into granular details. Okay, we have a referral plan where you can share it based on the level of membership you come in at and earn money. So guys, I'm going to just move forward through, again, quick start bonuses. If you want to really ramp this up, we have a way for you to earn additional money. Like I said, we have 6 different ways of earning money in the program, and I'll be going more in detail on this on the Monday. Even we're talking about residual income here. You know, people who write books and, you know, authors and people who are musicians and stuff like that, they cut a royalty check. And this is no different. We're earning an income that comes in, whether we're in the beach in Brazil, whether in our front desk, whether we're traveling, whatever the case may be. When you build enough business and people are buying this product because they, you know, you try and take this away from somebody who's tried this product, you're gonna have a fight on your hands. I can't even believe I gave mine up, but you'll have a fight on your hands because they've seen the benefits. And why would you give up something that you know that's good for you? You wouldn't. Now, again, this will earn you an income on top of exactly everything I've mentioned. So these are different ways. This is, again, each time somebody is buying this product, you're earning a clip. And as you build your distribution, you could be earning thousands of dollars per month, again, as another stream of income. So we've got six different ways. You can be a franchisee, as I mentioned, and join and partner up with us, all from 840 euros all the way up to 2,460 euros. We can show you how to step your way from silver to gold and from gold to platinum. All right. So again, this is the career path. I'm just going to close the call out with. This is where we're talking about, if you want to make this more of a real business, you know, you can be part-time, spare time, whatever. But if you want to make this a priority, then things could change financially for you. And so I'm just going to go to the point where we're going to talk about the company giving you points. As you know, I used to watch this program with this great presenter, Bruce Forsyth, and he always used to say, points makes prizes. This is exactly what we have here, my friends. Each time, from as long as you become a member and you lock in, and you know, whoever's invited you on can tell you more about this, you can go through a way of building an income to add to whatever you're currently earning. So you come in as a consultant, that's as a silver, gold, or platinum member. You choose wherever you choose to fit in, and then you become a distributor by, you know, sharing this and getting what we call a team on your left and a team on your right. Okay, with different products and setting yourself up. Okay, again, once you've done 5 purchases of the products, you become, you know, you start getting a different rate. You don't get the consultant rate. You now become get a distributor rate, which makes you even more money from the program. To be a leader, you need a three personals active you've referred. If you do this within a 45-day period, you earn more money. And what we have, what we call a unilevel. So we have a binary, which is a team on the left and a team on the right, and you also have a unilevel payout, which earns money as you grow from the company. Again, I'm going to just leave it on this last slide here, okay? Because we're going to be talking about this in more detail on Monday. So again, if you're somebody who wants to know more about the money, we'll be going more detail on this on Monday. But again, they have these different ranks all the way from ruby to diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, where you can, you know, win way more than this. But again, based on your production from gold franchise, platinum franchise, and then as you scale up, you're going to start earning these points. And as long as you remain active in the business, you're going to stack up these points, and these points will be converted into international trips if you so desire. You know, we have cruises, we have people who've won cars. You know, in Brazil, there's people there who've won multiple cars, multiple trips, as you just heard. So it's always good to hear from people out there in the field who've been doing this longer than we have. So some of us have only been doing this less than a month. So I look forward to being in a position where some of these guys are few years down the road, 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, and knowing that we're in part of a company that will still be around, you know, by God's grace, 5 years down the road. How many times we join companies and 5 months down that road, we've had to join another company because that company couldn't stay the course of time. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for being on the call. We will go again. I just want to check any last questions that I have. Is it good for chronic condition and lung complications? My friend, I don't know what your name is, but this product is not here to treat or be there to be replace your doctor. But this product is at its core is going to give your body what it needs, and that is to hydrate your cells. Let's get to the point where your cells are getting hydrated, getting enough oxygen in it, and getting alkaline. Then you amazingly, things just fall into nature as it's been designed. The things that your body's lacking, guess what? It will start to find its way there. You know, the challenges you thought you may not have had, but it was something else. You find it starts to get to where it is. But again, we can't be here making any claims of this and that. All we know is that this is natural. This is magnetized water, and this is calcium and magnesium working together in this format. The combination, my friends, like I said, dynamic duo on our bodies, and our bodies will thank us for that. Okay, my friends, thanks for your time once again. We do this again on a Monday, same channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Do not keep this a secret. This is something we are trying to shout out at the rooftops, because each one is, you know, benefiting from the amazing benefit of this product. With that said, take care, God bless you, and I'll see you guys absolutely at the top.
Thank you.